So, good afternoon, everyone. Today is our assistantship number 7, I guess. I am not sure if it's 7 or 8, but I guess that is 7. Today we're going to practice about simple past, and then we're going to practice your oral presentation. I'm sorry, not your oral presentation, your reading for pronunciation. That is tomorrow, according to your course plan. And we will do a quick kind of game or question in the end about false friends. That on my opinion, it's an interesting topic. Okay, so as always, I know that you already know simple past, but simple past is used when you want to talk about the past, as its name says. An action that already happened, that lasted for a time, but finished. Okay, so the action started, then long, and then finish in the past. Okay, so we use the subject that we can use all of the subject, I, he, she, it, you, we, they. There is no problem with if you use, I don't know, he, she, it, you have to use this verb. If you use I, it, you, we, they, you have to use another verb. No, here we use all of the subject, and then we use the verb in past. Just in the positive sentences, you have to use the verb in past. Okay, and then the complement. We know that the complement is whatever you want to add to the sentence. Okay, so here I have an example. That is that we have here the subject I, then I lost. Lost is the past of the verb lose. I lost my keys. Okay, so we have the subject I, then the verb in past. We know that the verb is lose, but we're using in past, so we have to use lost. And then there's the complement. I lost my keys. If we were talking about, I don't know, that my mom lost her keys, I would say, my mom, what subject are we using? She, my mom, she lost. We also use the verb in past, and then the complement, her keys in this case. Okay, so there is no difference between if you're using I, he, she, it, you, we, they. No, there is not any difference. Okay, and all of the cases that we are talking on simple past, on positive sentences, there is no difference. Okay, so I want to do a question for you. I want to ask you something that if you know the difference between lost and missed, why didn't I say I missed my kiss? Is there any difference between this verb and this verb? Do you know?
Uno no es desaparecido y otro perdido.
Yes, it can be. But you can also say, I don't know, for example, I missed the plane. La traducción de esto sería yo perdí el avión, ¿cierto? Entonces, ¿cuál es la diferencia con usar missed y lost? ¿Puedo haber dicho acá I lost the plane? ¿Se les ocurre alguna diferencia? No. Well, the difference between lose and miss is that you use lose when you left things that belongs to you. For example, I lost my keys. I lost my phone. I lost my Mac. I lost my mouse. But you cannot say I lost the plane because the plane is not yours. Okay, so you use miss when you left something that is not yours. I missed the train, I missed the bus, I missed the test, I don't know. But if you're talking about something that is yours, you use lose. in past is lost. And if you're talking about something that is not yours, you use I missed. ¿Ok? ¿Se entendió? Lose para cosas que son tuyas, miss para cosas que no son tuyas. Yo perdí mis llaves, mi teléfono. I lost my keys. I lost my cell phone. Si están hablando de cosas que no son suyas, por ejemplo, perdí el tren, perdí el avión, perdí el bus, I missed the bus, I missed the plane, I missed the train. ¿Ok? Eso sería con respecto a esa parte. Okay, when we want to talk about simple past in negative, there is two differences with the positive one. The subject, it is still with no difference between I, he, she, it. Okay, you can use all of the subject and there will not be a problem. But in negative, you have to add did not or didn't. Okay, so didn't is the auxiliary verb that indicates that you're talking about something that happened. Okay, that something in past. And the other one is that the verb is on infinitive. So it is not correct, it is incorrect to say I didn't lost. Okay, that is incorrect. You say I didn't lose. I didn't lose. When you use didn't, you have to use the verb on its infinitive form. Okay, or in infinitive way. The other one, well, you have to use the complement also. So the subject, any of the subject, did not, always you use did not, and then always the verb in its infinitive way. So we can say I didn't lose my keys. I didn't lose, I'm sorry, I didn't miss the plane, not missed. I didn't miss the plane. I didn't miss the bus. She didn't lost his wallet. I don't know, whatever you want. So you use didn't when you're talking in negative. And in question, you have to flip the order. So we have did, that is the auxiliary verb that indicates that what you're asking is about the past, okay? This indicates that you're asking something in past. So did, then the subject, then the verb, also in infinitive, and then the complement. So some main ideas on any of the ways, negative, positive, or question, you use any of the subjects. Okay, you can use I, he, she, it, and there will not be a difference in the rest of the sentence. Okay. The other one is that in positive, it is the only way that you have to use the verb in past. In negative, you use the verb in infinitive, and question also on an infinitive. Okay, so auxiliary for question, auxiliary, subject, verb, the verb on infinitive, and then the complement. And the other one is that in negative and in question, you use the auxiliary verb that is did. On negative, you use did not, and question, you use did, and then the subject. Did you, did I, did he, did she, did it, did we, did they, okay? Are there any question about this? No? Okay, so we're gonna do these exercises. So, Vicente, number 1, please.
I did my maths homework yesterday.
Yes, correct. Nicolas, number 2.
Did Susan go to England by plane?
Excellent. Vicente, number 3.
And they visit a farm 2 weeks ago.
Yes, it is visited, but it is
yeah, LD.
Visited. Yes, visited. Number 4, Nicolas.
Jenny and Pei helped their brother.
Yes, here is aquí me equivoqué yo. Es Lo voy a escribir. Es helped. Helped. And the pronunciation is helped with T. Helped. Helped. Okay. The other one, number 5, Vicente.
The children were at home this week.
Yes, yes, because the past of verb to be, as we saw last week, it is was or were. It depends. Okay. And number 6, Nicolas.
When did you design this wonderful skirt?
Yes, it is just here. It is just design, because we are talking and we are asking something. It is not design. It is just design. Okay. When did you design? And number 7, Vicente, please.
And my mother didn't crash into the van.
Yes, didn't crash. Didn't crash.
Crash con ed o sin-
No, without ed, because we are on negative, you know. So it
yeah.
is just didn't crash. If this sentence would be positive, we will say my mother crashed. Okay. So that's
Gracias, José.
it. You're welcome. Number 8, Nicolas, please.
I don't know how say that. What is Woodgard?
Mudguards.
Mudguard.
No me acuerdo. Busquémoslo.
No es como el sector de. Ay, ¿cómo decir? ¿De lodo?
Sí, creo que sí. Mudguards. Creo que lo escribí mal. Mudguards. A ver, ¿cómo lo veo? Mudguard. Es mudguard. Es así. Mudguard. El guardabarros. Mudguard. Es guardafangos o salpicadera o defensa. So the sentence, the boys took off the mudguards of their bicycles. Took off, okay? Took off. Okay.
In this case, took off is like for mutant?
Like que ellos sacaron la parte esa. They took off. When you say, I don't know, I'm gonna take off my shirt, you're referring that you're gonna left your shirt on another place from your body. Okay, so took off es sacar algo. This particular word is also used when planes take off. A plane take off cuando despega. Okay, so take off significa despegar cuando te refieres a aviones, y sacar algo. Take off your clothes, take off your hat, take off the mudguards, sacar algo. Okay. Vicente, number 9, please.
Did you found your aunt last week?
Yes. Did you found your aunt last week? Here, I forgot this. Your aunt last week. And Nicolas, the last one, please.
He not drink milk at school.
It is he didn't. When you're saying
he didn't.
Didn't. Yes, didn't. Okay. So he didn't drink. And if this would be positive, we would say he drank milk. Okay. And that's it. Here I have a list of verbs that we know that exist some irregular and regular verbs. Okay. So regular verbs are the ones who you just add an ed at the end of the sentence. I'm sorry, at the end of the word, of the verb. For example, when you say visit, visit is a regular verb because in past is visited, visited, visited. So we just add the ed. Another verb is miss. In this case, miss. He will have the verb. Wait, he will have the verb miss, and we just add an ed. Another irregular or an irregular verb. This is a regular verb. This is an irregular verb because the verb is begin, and in past is began. The same way with break and broke, build and built. Some people or in some countries, they say build, like this, build, okay? Catch and cut, catch, cut, cost, cost. This maintain, it's written form, ate, I'm sorry, eat, ate, I eat every day my breakfast. I ate my breakfast today. I fly every day by 2 o'clock. Yo vuelo todos los días a las 2. I flew yesterday at 2 o'clock. I give you some advice. Yo te doy un consejo. I gave you some advice. Yo te di un consejo. I have, yo tengo. I had, yo tuve. I hide, yo me escondo. I hid, yo me escondí. I hold, I held. Yo mantengo, yo mantuve. I keep or I kept. I keep también puede ser como mantener. I know, I knew. I know something. Yo sé algo. Yo sabía. I knew. I leave. Yo dejo. I left. Yo dejé. Yo extraño, o también puede ser usado para miss. I miss you, significa yo te extraño. Y miss you, miss también puede ser de perder, como decíamos algo. I missed. I mean. I meant. I let. I rang, sent, write, wrote. Okay. So now we're gonna practice this oral for pronunciation. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So Vicente, please, or no, Vicente, read this. Nicolas, Vicente, Nicolas. Yes, Nicolas. So Vicente, please start with this paragraph, please.
Okay, I will start now. This picture is taken inside a crew training center. I see several people here standing in a room, which looks like a passenger cabin mock-up. There are rows of passenger seats that partially simulate the interior of a passenger aircraft.
Yes. Does anyone know what mock-up means? What does mock-up mean?
No.
No, sorry.
Mock-up es una maqueta. Entonces acá dice que parece una cabina de una maqueta de una cabina de pasajeros. Si se fijan acá es como no un avión real, sino que están simulando una cabina de pasajeros. Okay. Some tricky words here would be standing and here. Remember that when we say the H, it's just like a site. Here, not like J en español, is here, como un suspiro, here, okay? And the other one is that standing, it is not standing. No, it's standing. There is no E there, okay? And there are rows of passenger seats that partially simulate the interior of a passenger aircraft, okay? Now, Nicolas, please, the second.
Espera. ¿Cómo es? Partially?
partially, partially, partially.
Como con un CH.
Yes,
Algo así.
partially. Yes, that seats that partially simulate the interior of a passenger aircraft.
Ya, gracias.
You're welcome. Whatever you want, you can ask me, okay? Nicolas, then the second paragraph, please.
The people are wearing dark blue uniform as well as sport training shoes. The sign on the uniform jacket resembles Korean Air logo. So we can suppose that the action is taking place in Korea.
Okay. Here, the people are wearing dark blue uniform as well as sport, okay? Not sport, just sport. The other one is that here you say shoes, like when you say sh, it's shoes, not shoes, okay? Shoes, more soft than a ch, okay? It's shoes. The sign of the uniform jacket resembles Korean Air logo. So we can suppose that the action is taking place in Korea. ¿Qué significa resembles?
Como similar.
Claro, que se parece. La chaqueta del uniforme se parece al, perdón, la marca en la chaqueta del uniforme se parece al logo de Air Korea. Vicente, the third paragraph, please.
Okay. There are 5 people in the foreground. ¿Así se dice? Sí.
Yes,
Foreground.
foreground. Yes.
Okay, lo voy a repetir de nuevo. There are 5 people in the foreground, a guy and 4 ladies. The guy is supposedly playing the role of an unruly passenger. He is sitting in the passenger seat with his seat belt fastened and hands tied up behind his back. 2 girls are restraining him. 2 girls are restraining him with some kind of rope. One girl is holding him by the shoulders and another girl is pointing a stun gun or a taser at him. In the background, there are more people. They are watching attentively the demonstration which is going on in front of them.
Okay, excellent. What does foreground means? Mean, not means, mean. Foreground.
Como cercano.
Foreground, it means that you're referring to al primer plano de una imagen. Ok, denme 2 segundos. Okay. So foreground is when you're referring to a primer plano. Okay, so the foreground of this picture is this. The other word is unruly. What is unruly?
¿Fuera de las reglas?
Claro, sí, exacto. En aviación se usa harto el término en español de un pasajero disruptivo, ¿ya? Un pasajero disruptivo es aquel que está fuera de las reglas, tal como dices tú, Vicente. The other word is restraining. Restraining es que lo están, la traducción literal sería como que lo están restringiendo, pero es de que lo están, como diríamos acá, quizá de una forma es que lo están como calmando o reduciendo, como dicen los carabineros. Eso. Hay otra, for example, this word is supposedly, forget that there is an E there, it's just supposedly, playing the role of an unruly passenger. He's sitting, not he, he's sitting in the passenger seat with this seat belt fastened, okay, not fastened, and hands tied up behind his back. Two girls are restraining him with some kind of rope. One girl is holding him by the shoulders and another girl is pointing a stun gun or a taser. A stun gun or a taser es una pistola eléctrica. ¿Ya? Stun gun or taser es cuando se refiere a una pistola eléctrica. In the background, en la parte de atrás, there are more people. They're watching attentively. Okay, so here you have to forget that there is an E. It's just attentively. It is like attentively. They're watching attentively the demonstration which is going on in front of them. Okay, so Nicolas, the last paragraph, please.
Okay. I think what we see here is cabin crew undergoing unruly passenger management training, aggressive and threatening behavior among passengers is a growing problem for the airline industry, and quite often even becomes the reason why the flight has to be diverted. That is why all major companies make their flight and cabin crew members go through a special course where they learn how to detect, defuse, and prevent conflict situations on board, and also use restraint equipment if needed, such as flex foot, duct tape, or ropes.
Okay. I know some words that you need to improve their pronunciation. So, what I'm gonna show you the meaning of these words, and then I'm gonna read it again to give you a feedback about the pronunciation. So, what is undergoing? What undergoing means? Undergoing refers to what is happening. ¿Qué está pasando? Estamos viendo a un pasajero disruptivo. Okay. I think what we see here.
¿Se puede decir también como se está desarrollando?
Claro. Exactly.
El undergoing. Sí.
Yes. So I think what we see here, remember, here, soft, is cabin crew undergoing unruly passenger management. Here is management. Management. It is like management training. Okay. Aggressive and threatening. Okay. The other one is threatening. Some people say no, it's threatening. Okay. Behavior. Threatening is amenazante. Okay. Threat, amenaza. Threatening, amenazante. Behavior among passengers is a growing problem for the airline industry. And quite often, it even becomes the reason why the flight has to be diverted. Okay? Diverted. What is diverted?
Desviado.
Yes, diverted is desviado. Okay? So, esa es la razón porque los vuelos muchas veces tienen que ser desviados. That is why all major companies make their flight and cabin crew members go through, not through special courses where they learn how to detect, defuse, and prevent conflict situations on board, and also use restraint equipment if needed, such as flex cuff, duct tape, or ropes. So diffuse is diffuse. It is diffuse is calmar. Diffuse is calmar. Okay, in this case, ellos detectan, calman y previenen situaciones de situaciones a bordo. Okay, so diffuse is to calm. We're gonna look in word reference. Diffuse. Desactivar, calmar, apaciguar, distender. It would be more related apaciguar. Diffuse and prevent conflict situation on door, and also use restraint equipment if needed. Flick cuff son amarras de plástico. ¿Ya? Flick cuff, amarras de plástico como las que vienen, no sé, como los juguetes a veces. Flick cuff, duct tape es cinta y rope son cuerdas. Okay? So, for the last part, I want to know your opinion about this, about what do you think about the rights that airlines has over passengers? What do you think about that? Is an open microphone so you can say your opinion.
I think that is good because prevents accident like 11, 12.
¿Cómo qué? Disculpa.
O sea, like 11, 9.
Yes.
Como los usos.
Yes. Yes. This in to calm or to diffuse some of that passengers that had another intentions on the flight would be very different, the story, and probably the towers will be standing still. Vicente, what do you think about this?
I think that it's good because it makes, for example, in the airport or in a plane, some kind of order in that place that, for example, a bad guy can make in the airport or in the plane.
Yes, yes, it is good. If you didn't know, there is an annex to the ICAO de la OASI que trata de la seguridad en aeropuertos y en los aviones. Es el anexo 17, creo que es, de la OASI, que se llama Aviation Security, también conocido en el mundo de la aviación como AFSEC. AFSEC. Ok, si le quieren echar un vistazo. No estoy seguro qué anexo es, pero hay un anexo que se refiere a ese. Okay, so now for the last part, we're gonna see some false friends. False friends are words that has a meaning in English, but in Spanish has another meaning, but in Spanish and in English, they sound similar, okay? ¿Qué quiere decir son? Bueno, su traducción literal son amigos falsos, o los españolísimos le dicen falsos cognados, que son palabras que se parecen mucho en español y en inglés, pero que su significado es totalmente distinto. Okay, so now I want you to interact with Zoom, and I'm gonna launch some questions. So please answer this one. The false friend number 1. How do you say cuerda, rape, rope, cord, or card? How do you say cuerda? Let's see. Yes, you are right. It is rope. Okay, rape is another word that is como raptar, I guess. I'm not pretty sure, but it's kind of raptar. Card is coro. Card is tarjeta. So the other one is this. How do you say maíz in English? You say maize, corn, muse, or corn? Maize, corn, muse, or corn? Okay, so you're both right. It is corn. It is corn. That is. Do you know what does maize mean Mice, the first one?
¿Ratones?
Yes. One mouse, two mice, not mouses. No. One mouse, two mice, okay? And the other are not related to the word. Number 3, how do you say asistir? To assistant, to assistant, I'm sorry, to assistants, to assistant, to attend, or to pretend? Yes, you're both right. When you say assist in English es ayudar o asistir, pero de la forma de yo te asisto en algo, te asisto en esto, te asisto en esto otro. Attend se refiere a la asistencia. To assistant es that it doesn't exist, and to pretend es pretender o hacerse pasar como por algo. Okay, so to attend. Number 4. How do you say fábrica? Retail, factory, fabric, or factor? How do you say fábrica? Retail, factory, fabric, or factor? Yes, you're both right. That is factory. Fabric es tela, fabric, tela. Okay, factor is factor. Retail is a store, but a little store or a store, just as we know the retail like Ripley, Falabella, those ones. And number 5, this one. What does actually mean? Actualmente, actualizar, o en realidad. What does actually mean? Yes, you're both right. Some people think that actually is actualmente. And this is a false friend because the word in Spanish is similar to the word in English, that is actually, but actually es en realidad. And when you want to say actualmente, you say currently, okay? Currently. So you were both right. And this one, what does sunrise mean? Sonrisa, amanecer, sonreír o atardecer. Yes, sunrise is amanecer. You are both right. And the last one, number 7. What does gang mean? Una ganga, una oferta, una pandilla o un grupo. What does gang mean? Gang. I don't know who hasn't voted. The last one, gang. Gang, yes.
Pensé que le había dado. Mala mía.
Okay, gang is una pandilla. Yes, it is not a ganga. How do you say una oferta o una ganga? You saw it on your last unit about shopping and expenses. How do you say una ganga o una buena oferta? It is, I don't know if you remember this word, but it is
Offer?
Offer es ofrecer. That is another false friend. But when you say, you can say una oferta, it is una ganga. Una ganga es a bargain. A bargain. What a bargain. What a bargain. Qué buena ganga. Qué buena oferta. What a bargain. Okay. So that's all for today. Any questions? No. So as you know, any doubt, there is no be there, doubt, write it to my email, okay? So that's all for today, guys. I hope you have an excellent weekend. And tomorrow you have your reading for pronunciation. So all of the luck for you for tomorrow. That's all. We are ready.